Hi, Terry. Thanks so much for spending time with us today. We're so glad to have you here as part of Virtual Fraser Magazine. So just so everybody knows, you and I go way back together. We were at Atherton High School back in the 90s, not to give our ages away too much. Um, but I knew over the years that you had a really interesting job with 7 counties. But then I didn't know a lot of the details. And then I heard you talking when we were hanging out about a month ago about a new project that you were working on that sounded super interesting. And so I just wanted to sit down and interview you about that today. So thanks for being here. So just to get us started, can you tell people who aren't as familiar a little bit about what 7 County Services is and what your position is there?
Yes, thank you for having me. 7 Counties Services. We focus on three major components. We focus on mental health, addictions, and developmental disabilities. And recently we have merged with Bellwood and Brooklawn that offers residential programs for youth. So that's kind of where we go. And I'm part of an employment services at 7 Counties.
Very terrific. And I know that the new program that you're working on that's in the works right now is actually a cooking course, which is super interesting. And I know from personal experience that you're actually an excellent chef in your own right. So I can see why you were passionate to bring this into your career. Can you tell us a little bit about more the course itself, who it's for, like just the logistics of what you're working on?
Yes, definitely. When I changed over to doing support employment, I realized that there was a need within the community that I work with. I started off working with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And I realized that part of the barriers that some of them have with living on their own was learning how to cook. So I thought that we might be able to utilize some of the wonderful programs throughout Louisville to help these adults learn a very valuable skill to work towards independence within the community. I initially looked into the Salvation Army, which had a great program. And recently we have worked with Dare to Care to expand on their Cooking Matters program. And we are currently on class 4 at the moment of the series, and we're really pleased with how it's going.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And I know you have mentioned to me before that you have a really good facility that you're able to use. And could you tell us more about where you're doing the course and how that's working out?
Yes, the business that we're working with is the Dare to Care, and it's at 1200 South 28th Street. It's on the corner of 28th and Virginia. And it's a Dare to Care facility that they create meals for the neighborhood. I think they do about 1,300 meals a day, but they also offer several cooking classes, one of which is Cooking Matters, which we are working with, and the Common Table, which is run by the Catholic Charities. That one's a little more intense. That's about 20 hours a week, but you really understand how to work in a large scale kitchen. And with that program, you do a lot more cooking for the public and for the neighborhoods.
Okay, gotcha. So you're kind of building off something that existed and then working with the population that you work with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're really open with the possibility of doing this, and it's been going great.
Awesome. So what are, give us the details. What are some of the recipes that you guys have tried so far, and how do you decide which recipes to do?
Well, I'm acting as an assistant. There's a chef who focuses on healthy eating and nutrition, and how to put together a meal that isn't too expensive, but you're really aware of how good it is for you. Trying to limit the amount of meat that people are consuming, and recipes that somebody who may never have cooked before could complete. Actually, the students in the class loved the very first class because it was pizza.
Oh, yeah.
And they learned how to make fresh pizza dough and it made it a little healthier by using wheat flour. So everybody was able to cut all the vegetables and create a pizza, and everybody seemed to really enjoy it.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. And did you tell me that they get to take some of the things home to try at home as well?
Yes, that's actually one of the great perks of the program is we do about 1 to 2 recipes per day or per class. And at the end of the class, everybody goes home with pre-measured ingredients, fresh vegetables, and they are able to recreate the meal at home in their own kitchen. It allows people to really understand how to recreate a meal within their own home and using ingredients that they have available.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. I know I had mentioned that you're a fabulous chef. Do you have a favorite thing that you love to make on your own time?
Well, I love grilling, so I could say that is, that is my passion. I have 2 grills, and I use them at all times. Whenever it's snowing, I seem to want to grill something, so
Yeah,
that's always fun.
awesome. And then just, I know the course is about partway through, but now that you have a few under your belt, like what kind of feedback are you getting from the people taking the class and things like that?
So far, it's been great. We have 6 students in the class, and they really appreciate being taught these type skills. They really understand that this is something that they're going to need if they ever want to live on their own or be just independent within the kitchen. One of the students actually cut himself, and it was an okay situation. He is fine, but he really wanted to come back the next week. He didn't want that to deter his learning. And given this opportunity to have people in the kitchen, it's growing a skill that they'll use for the rest of their lives. We've been fortunate enough to have a lot of parents who have joined us, and they are right next to their kids, and they're showing, giving them confidence. I'm also making sure that they're being safe, and it's a really good program, and I've seen a lot of growth out of the 6 students.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. Well, I mean, we really appreciate you being with us today. Is there anything else you wanted to share with everybody before we wrap things up?
Well, just a little bit about support employment. At the moment, I know a lot of businesses are struggling to get employees, and I just want to know that at 7 counties we are always trying to fit good employees with good businesses, and we try to do what we term micro hiring, is when we learn what a business might need, and we find an employee that will fit that need and be able to assist the business moving forward. We really believe that anybody can work if they want to, and we want to try to give the opportunity to everybody to be out in the community and making a difference.
Terrific. Yeah, thank you. That was super interesting. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.